Hello, here I'm with Wilkins Automotive, or more accurately, Wilkins Subaru. Today we're going to be taking a look at a 2022 WRX Premium finished in white. This car is running the new body style over the previous generation with a few extra facelifts here and there, and also running now on the Subaru global platform, making parts easier to share between the cars and also giving it the same engine that actually comes in both the Outback and the Ascent. Cool little addition. Sorry about the noise, I'm on an open road here, so that is going to make things a little bit harder. But basically, this car is the all-new best WRX platform you can have here. And what makes it different is it has a few engine changes over the previous generation. You have 3 extra horsepower, and also comes with some neat little features and quirks that come with it on the interior and the exterior of the car. And I think it'd be great to go over those. What makes this Subaru engine so important is that, like I mentioned earlier, with the whole global platform, this engine is actually shared with both the Outback and the Ascent. It is a 2.4 liter flat 4 turbocharged engine. Essentially, it is able to produce 271 horsepower, three more than the previous generation, and is able to get about 12.3 to 12.8 pounds of boost stock. And while you may say that's only 3 more horsepower and it has 8 less pounds of boost over the previous generation, it is a more ready-built engine that it does actually perform better at giving you a faster 0 to 60, and it is more stable and smooth, giving you a better ride experience as well. Something else that may not be noticeably apparent when first looking at it, but actually the hood now self-supports itself, meaning you no longer have to use a little strut to hold it up. It will stay open by itself using the hydraulics on the side, basically making it so it's easier to use at car meets, and also will bring itself up automatically with a little bit of an assist versus you having to take all of the weight yourself. So, cloth seating. Let's close this. So here is the interior of the new 2022 WRX. Like I mentioned, this is the premium model, so it comes with the cloth seats here, has the red sport stitching, looks very, very nice, holds you in really well, very comfortable as well. Here also given this new huge screen here, manual handbrake, 6-speed manual as I mentioned earlier. Actually have a cigarette lighter here, 2 outlets, and also still an aux port. It's very nice to see these cars still coming with them. A lot of storage here if you want an extra cup holder. More storage here, good grab handle. This carbon fiber look here, finished with this underneath piece. It's like a dark silver, dark gray. Looks very nice. But you guys just want to see the car on, so let's turn on the car. Ready? Let's push the clutch in. It's neutral, and let's turn it on. Release the clutch. It's it's got some noise. If you were worried about this new one wouldn't have any noise, it definitely has some. Let's turn off the AC for now. So this engine does top out at 6,000 RPM, but trust me, it's a really good feeling all the way up. This new engine has a higher torque curve, better performance, and I really love these new vents here. While they may be in the same position as they are on the other Subaru models, this new look with just the 2 silver pieces in the middle, the rest of the vent around it, is a very, very nice look, and I am a huge fan of it. Door. So the windows here, like I mentioned, fully auto, all 4. Put these back up, and a lot of noise coming out of this engine at 1500 RPM. And you have the steering wheel here. It's very nice. Same thing, leather. Has this very, very good red stitching around it. A lot of the car is the red stitching. I think it just sort of holds the whole look together. These really cool formats down here, which have the red WRX. Like I mentioned, this car, the red seems to be the style for it. This carbon fiber looking piece underneath here that says WRX once again. And you have access here to all of your cruise control features, your audio sources here, phone controls, here's your wipers, stuff like that. And I don't know if you noticed in this car, these actually do not hold positions when you change the turn signals. They sort of just click in, and that's it. If you want to cancel it, just press in the opposite direction real fast and it will cancel it for you. Here, you got the 6-speed manual. Reverse is over on the right. You can access it by pushing it to the right, pulling this up, and then you give it a little extra gear, and that's how you get it into gear here. It's very good. Let's do that again. There you go. Now it's in gear. And the reverse here is actually a very wide camera. It looks quite good. I like it. It gets the job done. In this car, you have access to all the center controls to the screen here, much like your car info, radio, Subaru app, phone, CarPlay, Android Auto. I don't have my phone set up right now, so I can't really show you that. You also have access to your car's controls, your account, stuff like that. And all of your AC controls can be found in the bottom of this car. I currently have it off, but if you want it on, there you go. Seat heaters come standard on this car, which is very, very nice for this specific trim. You also have physical AC controls here for the temperature and your defrosters and window defrosters. Sorry, mirror defrosters, my bad. There are less controls in this feature. With the premium model, you do not have access to active cruise control or eyesight. This car does not come with eyesight in it, which for some people may be a downer, but my opinion, this car is so good as it is, you really don't need it. Here, for your infotainment, you can control it using this down here. You can change through your tire PSI, mileage, information. You also have access to your turbocharger on here. You can tell. It says it can go up to 30, but most people, it peaks at about 9, 12 and a half, something about that. But it's a very nice turbocharger in this car, and temperature. The mirror in here is quite good, has a lot of visibility, works well. You have access to your lights up here. The mirrors in this car and blinders are actually quite good. And you also have these huge speakers down here. You have your trunk release, traction control, other features here. And this car does come with more features if you upgrade to the Limited or GT model. But for this model, this is what it comes with, and in my opinion, this is a very good model. Drives very well. It's a nice feeling. The clutch down here is a bit different feeling from the previous generation WRX. It is finished in this cool silver metal sport, but it does actually have less travel than the previous WRX, and I think it's great, and the biting point is significant. You can feel it a lot more. It's a little springy. It's nice. The pedal box is very good in this car. The manual, stream first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and it's very easy to find the tracks. And you also have the manual handbrake here, which very nice feeling. A lot of travel, it looks good. You have a cigarette lighter again, some storage, extra cup holders here, a little change holder here, and more storage to put your phone and stuff in here when it's using CarPlay or other stuff. Let's get into the rear of the car now. The rear of this car, much like the front, is finished in this cloth material, sport material. Has the red stitching on the inside here. You have access to your cup holders here, and also this cloth armrest. It's good. The armrest in this car is actually very well set, and surprisingly, even with this huge piece here, which is a little bit of storage in the handle, you barely even feel it when you have your hand here. The nice thing that comes back here is it does come with weather mats, and you also have two 2.1 amp USB-A chargers, and these seats are very, very comfortable. See, they have a little bit of indent here, so they hold you in a bit, but it's not too much, so that you still have a good feeling room. In the back of the WRX seat, you actually only have storage on the passenger side, which specifically for this model. Back of the seats are cloth. The whole seat is made out of cloth. You still have the carbon fiber on the side here, these nice chrome handles, and still automatic windows. And it's quite good from there. Much like the front doors in this car, the rear doors feature this nice cloth material here, still an automatic window control, this carbon fiber siding here, which I mentioned earlier, and still the same chrome door handles, which are nice. You also have two places down here to put cups. Only one of those marked as a cup, but the other one can totally hold one, and it's a lot of storage, makes it very nice. And you also have this huge speaker down here to help getting the noise around the car. It's nice. Here is the trunk here. It comes up by itself. In here, it's very, very spacious. You have a lot of room in here, especially in the sides outlets here, and you can also fit more underneath here. Here is your tire repair kit, jack, stand, all that stuff you need. And here's the plastic bit here I mentioned that protects the interior. Close it, just grab your hand, and move down in a closed position. Next, I think we should talk about what this car is mainly different from the previous generation is the styling of the car. Like I mentioned earlier, many of the plastic flares around the car and extra fender pieces around the front and the rear make it have a little bit more of a sportier look and make it look more robust than the previous generation. And I'll go over the specific changes between the two. Specifically around the front of the car is where we're introduced to the new facelift that's given. It's given a medium-sized grille with a huge radiator behind it. You're also given these extra little plastic pieces right here to help with aerodynamics and give it more of a sportier look. And the new headlights here have been changed to give more of a sharper, more aerodynamic look to the car, and I think it does it quite well. The hood scoop here is huge. Here's like my hand for comparison. Definitely about 2.5 inches maybe of clearance to top to the bottom, and also are significantly larger than the previous generations. The fog lights in this car have also been changed to give more of this airflow look to it, and it also is fitted with this honeycomb pattern going around the entire car, which looks quite cool. These vents here are in fact fake, but the ones through here are not having access to your fog lights. The next very big change that came with this car was the addition of these very large flared plastic fenders, which are actually not painted, giving it more of a robust look, as I mentioned earlier. Still fitted with the honeycomb pattern and actually has aerodynamic gain to the car, because these fenders here are actually completely open. So the air that would normally be trapped going through the side of the car or actually through the wheel well now has a place to exit through these 3 slots here, giving it a little bit extra edge in aerodynamics and your speed. The next addition you may have noticed with this car is it actually has this fender underneath here that protects for both the side roads and also adds this really cool look to the side. Again, once equipped with the honeycomb pattern, and runs the entire side of the car, connecting both the front and rear fenders and also the rear and front bumper, giving it a cooler look, which is also available and can still be seen on the inside of the car once you open the door. We have these nice wheels here, 245s in the front, nice fender on the side, and we have good old 245s in the rear as well with the all-symmetrical all-wheel drive in this car. You want to make sure all those 4 wheels are exactly the same, so each one's getting the same amount of power. You have these side faired fenders here, like I mentioned, in plastic and also in a honeycomb pattern. This is the aerodynamic I was mentioning here. And the front arrow, I don't know if you can see in there, actually does work. It does actually come in and cool the wheels and the brakes. Another cool addition that comes with this version of the WRX 22 and up model with the new global platform also is this huge rear bumper. The top of it is equipped again with that honeycomb pattern. And lower down here, it is a smooth plastic, which you can see has some aero bits on it to help. Underneath too, you also have more aerodynamic stuff, and you also have a quad-tipped exhaust, which all 4 exhaust tips are actually real, giving you some extra cool noise, and plus, it looks pretty cool. Center here also has the option later on for aftermarket if you want to add a third light, much as found in F1 cars and a lot of aftermarket sports cars. It's a cool option, and I think these new WRXs look pretty sweet, especially compared to the previous generation's rear. And I don't know if I mentioned this quad-tipped exhaust, they are very large, significantly larger than regular exhaust, and are finished in a very nice chrome. Let's do an extra walk around. That about sums up the 2022 WRX Premium. And this is again finished in a white material, and I like the new facelift. It's very well done. It's a good car. The engine has a lot of noise, which looks good, and the plastic flared fenders and all of that looks very nice on this specific model. I think if you have the money, go for it. It is a great car for the price, and you're getting a lot of power for a good sized package that you can still fit a family in. So for that, I think it's worth it. This has been Matthew at Wilkins Automotive. If you are curious, you can find this model in person or online at Wilkins Subaru. If you want to test drive it in person, you have the option to, but if this specific WRX is not interested in you, you can take a look at the other ones we have here that come in many different colors and also come as the base, limited, and the new Subaru WRX GT model. All you can test drive in Glen Burnie at Wilkins Subaru. Thanks for watching.